everyone, I'm Rick Cabrera, and over the next few minutes we're going to get to learn more about Team Juan Uribe and Juan Uribe himself. Joining us now is Juan Uribe. And Mr. Uribe, it's so nice to finally meet you. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Uribe, I want to read some of your accolades because they are very impressive here. So bear with me for a second here. But you've been a commercial real estate broker since 1986. You've sold more than $1 billion with the B dollars in real estate in our community, which is incredibly impressive. You've brought all kinds of companies to our community like Cinemark, Tatung, the manufacturer of computers, as well as Foxconn, which is the biggest manufacturing company in our region. You also helped Artemio de la Vega develop Las Palmas Power Center on the corner of I-10 and Zaragoza. Juan, you've also been awarded the Power Broker Award from CoStar and LoopNet for 10 years in a row as one of the top commercial agents in our community. You also serve as a chairperson of the El Paso MLS Board of Realtors. You're a commissioner with the City of El Paso Plan Commission and the president and chairman of the El Paso Choral Society and Orchestra. And in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best, real estate brokers in our city. Now, my question to you, Juan, again, with all you've done here in our community, why call El Paso home? Why not consider maybe going somewhere else to a bigger city where you might make some more money?
Well, I actually try to go to other cities. I had an office in San Antonio and Houston for a little while, but and I was actually making more money down there, and I realized that that wasn't my home, that wasn't my community, so I had to come back to El Paso and might have make a little less, but you know, you had to go back to where you were born, where you grew up, and this is where I grew up, and this is where my friends are, this is where my family is, and I want to be loyal to my community, so I want to stay here and do something here.
Now, there is so much competition in our community when it comes to real estate, and you've been one of the first to implement a lot of different marketing ideas into our community. You had the first real estate team. You've made social media a big part of your advertising strategy, and it's all pretty impressive. All of us have been watching these Team Juan Uribe signs pop up all over the community. So all of us are asking what's going on. It looks like your team has been very active and busy.
Well, to me, it's not the business, it's the ride. I enjoy what I do. I like to buy any new software. I learned to do my own drones, and I love to do those videos. So I get up very early in the morning, about 5:30, and I get into the computer and I see and I ask, and I go to different cities and I ask what's going on, and I like competition, and I like to stay ahead, and I like to impress my clients. So that's what I do. We spend a lot of money in advertising and subscribing to all these different websites, and I think it works. And I'm not a rich man. I just want to set myself for retirement one day, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to be working hard for the next probably 5 years and then slow down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Where do you see some potential growth in the El Paso area, and what do you think are some of the factors that are contributing to that growth?
Well, I mean, I think El Paso was overseen by the country, and we saw how Phoenix and how San Antonio, they used to be about the same size of El Paso back in the 80s, and they experienced a lot of growth. El Paso, I think our new leadership is more focused into growth, and that's good. I see a lot of growth on the east side, obviously. For some reason, everybody wants to buy property on the west side, so there's not a whole lot of opportunities on the west of El Paso. I see a lot of growth and a lot of opportunities on Montana and Zaragoza area. As you can see in Planning Commission, we have approved many new subdivisions that are going to go in that area, past Zaragoza, by Zaragoza and Montana. Also, the Horizon City area has been growing. Transportation companies they've been opening in our region thanks to the new agreement with Mexico and United States. The Santa Teresa area has experienced a lot of activity over the last few weeks. We have been able to sell 8 large parcels of land to different groups, so that'll help get that area growing now that there's different groups involved. So if you were going to invest in real estate, there's so many ways of doing it. You can buy commercial property or you can buy land, and just get the right advice. And I tell people, when you're selling real estate, think that the next person needs to make a little money, because people buy and they want to sell for the max, and you know, that's not always the best case. If you buy, you make a profit. Give the next buyer an opportunity to make a little money. That's what I say. That way it's a win-win, and you move your property a little faster.
So when we talk about El Paso, you can pretty much drive all over town. You'll see a lot of Team Juan Uribe signs, without a doubt, but you also see some competition out there. There's a lot of competition in El Paso. How do you think you, in particular, and Team Juan Uribe, has differentiated themselves from the rest of the competition? What do you do that no one else is doing?
We treat people very, very honestly. That's the number one thing. I don't lie. I don't care. I don't owe anybody any favors. So I'll tell you the deal the way it is. If you want it, good. If you don't want it, don't buy it. But I'll tell you the facts. And for that reason, I think I'm respected with the investor community. They listen to me, and when I call them, they answer the phone. So that makes things much more easier for me when I call a investor and he picks up the phone and we discuss something in 2 minutes, and I can move on to the next one versus trying to get an appointment for weeks and not getting nothing done anyway. So credibility is important, and also technology. You got to be on top of the technology. You know, I see all these millenniums with so many tricks in their hats, so it's been painful, but I just finished a class in community college on learning how to do web pages, because I have to know what I'm doing. If I want to be successful, I have to be on top of my market.
There's definitely an opportunity there when it comes to real estate to expand on technology, to take advantage of all the latest technology, and that seems like something you really focus on. You've really made an effort. You talked about your drone system and some of the other things you do. Talk about the need to be on the cutting edge of technology.
Well, the new buyers, they don't rely on all ways of finding information. You know, when I started real estate, I used to go to the library and use the Thompson book to locate industries. Now you need to learn how to get around the computer, how to Google, how to Instagram, how to Facebook, how to find a person in 5 minutes. I mean, I tell my client I'm the real estate detective because basically I got all the tools to know exactly who owns what, how much they paid, and what is the deal. And so that helps me to move a little faster.
Team Juan Uribe and Juan Uribe, you guys are doing some fantastic things in our community. We certainly appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Rick.